Hi, thanks for joining me in another video today. I'm excited to be test driving today's electric vehicle. With me is a Ford Mustang Mach-E. This is a 2021 Premium First Edition Mustang Mach-E. When released, reservations for the first edition sold out pretty quickly. The one I am driving today is the all-wheel drive model and has the extended range package. It has an estimated range of 270 miles and has a battery capacity of 88 kilowatt hours. This configuration gets an EPA rated 90 miles per gallon equivalent, or about 373 watt hours per mile. It is equipped with lithium-ion batteries that are liquid-cooled, which is always nice to see. It has 2 permanent magnet synchronous motors and does 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. This car is capable of 258 kilowatts of electric motor output or 346 horsepower. The Mach-E has 4 models to choose from, including the Select, California Route 1, Premium, and GT. The base prices for these models range from around $42,000 to around $60,000 US. Of course, these prices fluctuate as you choose your battery size and wheel-wheel drive or all-wheel drive for certain models. Okay, let's check out the car. As it is the first edition, it has unique stylings added to the vehicle. It has the red brake calipers, first edition scuff plates, and red stitching on the inside. I heard a lot of talk about these door handles, or lack thereof. To open this door, you push this button and the door pops out, then you just grab onto the handle. Like that, and then we open the door. More interestingly, the back doors have no handles. Well, then how are you supposed to open the door? You open them by grabbing onto the small opening on the door. So you push the button again, and then you grab it onto this grip that's right here that's lined on the door. Don't worry, if someone bumps the door, your fingers won't get caught. So if someone bumps it, it stays there. There's a little mechanism that won't allow the door to fully close until it has been opened past a specific point. Ford was forward thinking with the design choice. It allows them to maximize the range of the car by making it more aerodynamic. You can also use this keypad to unlock your car. The Mach-E has a lot of space and extra storage room. Here we have the front trunk. This provides 4.7 cubic feet of storage space. I like using these extra storage spaces for items that may leave an odor or for things that may be dirty and you don't want that touching your interior. Let's look at the trunk. And it's an automatic trunk opener. You just kind of kick your foot under here and it'll open, which is really great when you have your hands full. It has 59.7 cubic feet of space behind the first row and 29 cubic feet of space behind the rear seats. You can seat 5 people comfortably inside. There's some extra storage underneath here as well for your charging kit and a tire pump. The vents open when you turn on the car. And they close when you turn it off. The car also has a pedestrian speaker, which engages in drive and at low speeds. And when you hit it in reverse, it has a beeping noise to alert pedestrians. Inside we have a 15.5-inch touchscreen. When you tap on the car icon, you can change your driving modes to Engage, Whisper, and Unbridled. Engage is for everyday driving, Unbridled means a more sporty drive, and Whisper has a more of a relaxed feeling. There's also a propulsion sound setting, which says propulsion sound is generated to enhance the driving experience. The sound level is mode dependent, so for Whisper, Engage, and Unbridled. Here you can also turn on one pedal driving. I will try these different modes in a little bit, but I have a feeling we'll be keeping this set to unbridled. Under settings, you can check the charge status and adjust your charging schedule based on location and time. This is always a great feature to have in EVs since you can schedule to charge at night when electricity rates are cheaper. It also does over-the-air updates, so you can expect this interface and feature set to improve over time. In front of the driver, there is a 10.2-inch digital cluster. The instrument cluster displays the usual basics of your driving, and also added is your driving range, driver assist features, and charging status. There is a sensor up here that I cannot see these sensors with my eyes, but I can see them with the camera, and it directs them towards your face to make sure that you're paying attention, especially if you're using the driver assist features. It also supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does wireless Apple CarPlay, but my phone's too old for that, so you can also plug it in. The car is also voice activated, so the wake word is, "Hello Ford, find me the nearest charging station."
Please choose. Here's what I found. You can say set as destination.
So down here we have USB-C and USB-A, and then you also have wireless charging. And we have a HomeLink garage door opener and a sunglass case. There is also a heated steering wheel and heated seats. You can stay nice and cozy. The seats in the back are really roomy. I feel like I could just lay down and take a nap on them. Also back here you have a USB-C and a USB-A, and also some air vents. And you have a nice view up here of the panoramic roof. Ford Pass adds a lot of convenient features to stay connected to your car. You can see the status of your charge, unlock and lock the charging port, share access with other people, view your charging history, and control many options in your car. It will also be helpful when locating nearby charging stations or requesting roadside assistance. Okay, the exciting part. Time to drive it. So it's a push to start. Oh, neat little sounds. And then you also have a gear selector knob. L is for low mode, which provides an increased level of deceleration when you lift off the accelerator pedal. So I found this pretty empty parking lot. It's pretty big, so I'm going to try out the different driving modes. Let's start off with the first mode, which is engage. And let's see, Ford says that it's a balanced drive, fun and engaging. All right, so for each of these modes, I do have one pedal driving on as well. Okay, so let's speed up a little bit and slow down. I just want to say that this drive is balanced just like Ford says it is. Okay, I need to let me switch modes so I can kind of differentiate between the different ones and how they feel. Now let's switch over to Whisper. What does Ford say it is? It's a seamless drive, calm and quiet. Okay, let's go. Let's see if I feel a difference between this one and engage. I think the acceleration isn't as nitpicky, so when I press down on the accelerator, it isn't like an instant jolt. No, I guess it is relaxed. All right, let's switch over to another one. On to the last mode, which is unbridled. And Ford says it's an accelerating drive, machine and road align as one. All right, has these cool, nice orange lines. And I think these also show up on the front screen here, but let's test it out. Let's see. Okay, instantly I already feel that it just goes forward. Just a little tap and we're on our way. Yeah, this, you can definitely tell unbridled versus whisper engage. Unbridled is very quick, very sporty. You can make a turn here. I'm definitely keeping it on unbridled. Very nice, very quick. And when you let it off, it slows down nicely too. Cool. So I'm driving at really low speeds and I could really hear a humming, and that's either from the pedestrian speaker or from the motor, but I'm pretty sure it's from the speaker. We're on the freeway now, and so far this is a very comfortable ride. The seats are very comfortable. I feel pretty much relaxed driving in this car. It's very smooth. I have a good view of the front and side of me, and there is a little bit of wind noise coming in through the window, but this is an electric vehicle, so you will hear a little bit more road noise than usual because, I mean, you don't have an engine that's overpowering that sound. But the insulation in this car is pretty good, so it's not too bad. Okay, so this car also has some safety features if equipped. So you turn on adaptive cruise control, and you can set how many cars in front of you you'd like to stay apart from. And then it keeps you centered in your lane. All right. So now the car is keeping me between the lanes, and it's keeping a safe distance between me and other cars in front of me. I like that Ford took advantage of adding one-pedal driving. If you're not familiar with one-pedal driving, that means to slow down, you don't need to use your physical brakes. Instead, when you let off the accelerator, the motor will slow you down, and it regenerates energy back to the car. And it's also great since your brakes won't be used down as much. So I really like the backup camera. It makes parking in reverse easy, especially with such a larger car. And hopefully I'm doing a good job there. So there's also a 360 camera where you can see the top view and see how you're aligned with the parking spot. There's a camera in the front grille, a camera in the back, and then there's 2 cameras on the side of each of the mirrors to give you that full 360 view. The Mach-E charges with the J connector and CCS, which is located by the front of the driver's side door. The vehicle does come with a standard mobile charger that you can use to charge off a standard 120 volt outlet or 240 volt outlet. The Mach-E can charge off a level 2 charger at up to 48 amps. I think this is the first time I've seen a car other than a Tesla charge at such a high amperage. Ford states that the extended range battery is estimated to charge from 10% to 80% in 45 minutes with a maximum charging rate of 150 kilowatts on a DC fast charger. When plugged in, the charge status indicator light will keep track of the charging status of your car. Each zone that lights up indicates the progress of charging. So 2 lights means it's 40% charged, and each zone is in 20% increments. This is the same system used by the Fiat 500e's charge indicators on the dash. I really like that the Ford Fast Charging Network allows you to locate, activate, and pay for charging through plug and charge. This feature is huge for EV adoption. What this means is that when you pull into a charging station, all you have to do is plug in. The car will start charging and it will be paid through your account in the Ford Pass app. This should mean that you won't need to swipe your card or download an app to start a charge. It'll just work. With the Ford Mach-E, you can charge anywhere that has CCS for fast charging. However, to use the plug-and-charge method, you need to charge at chargers that are connected with the Ford Pass functionality, like Electrify America. I'm going to initiate a charge, but I don't have the Ford Pass app since it's not my car, so I'm just going to start it with the credit card. You can see here that is estimated to get an 80% charge at 9:53 a.m. and right now it's 9:35. You can also see the status of your charge on the front screen as well. When I started the charge, it started at 120 kilowatts and the battery was around 45%, so that's pretty good. So because of that, I have no doubt that it could charge up to 150 kilowatts. I've been charging for around 45 minutes and I'm going to unplug now, and now we're at an 84% charge. When we got up to an 80% charge, the charging rate went down to 12 kilowatts. I wanted to talk a little more about my charging experience. I had to add this after recording the video since I only had the vehicle for a short while and I was unsure if the charging rate I was seeing was accurate. Let me explain. When I arrived at Electrify America, I plugged in at 45% and started with about 120 kilowatts charging rate. However, it strangely just plummeted down to 12 kilowatts when it hit an 80% charge. To be clear, it is normal for electric vehicle charging rates to drop as the battery gets full. It will look like a nice curve that decreases as you reach a higher state of charge, but the Ford Mach-E was unusual. I looked online and found this article posted by Inside EVs that tested the charging rate on the same vehicle. Turns out they also saw the same results. They graphed it out and the Ford Mach-E had some sudden drops in charge, never a nice smooth curve. Here you can see in red the Ford Mach-E and the black line is a Volkswagen ID4. I can attest to their findings when I charged at both Electrify America and EVgo. I was sitting at EVgo at 80% and it was charging at drastically slow rates. This is definitely not good if you need to charge above 80% to reach the next charger. You'd be stuck there for a long time trying to get another 10%. I'm sure this is an issue that can be fixed with an update, but as of now, that can be a problem. Come on Ford, fix this. I asked you all a few days ago before filming this if you had any questions or areas you'd like me to address with the Ford Mach-E. Let's look at some of them. From Twitter, we had a few with more than one question, so let's look at least one or two from each person. This one caught my attention. How good is the operating system? And what's your opinion with the volume knob integrating on the screen? I don't mind having buttons and knobs, especially if I'm trying to focus on driving. However, I personally don't like the volume dial being part of the screen. It's a touch screen. Why is there a dial here? Just move it somewhere below. The OS looks pretty good. It's a little laggy. If you look through this video when I'm using it, there's a slight delay when tapping on certain things. I have also had the built-in GPS direct me to drive on roads I couldn't drive on. Luckily, there's Apple CarPlay. More importantly, there's a mini Mustang at the top left of the car. It switches between black or white for day and night mode. Why isn't it red like the car? The OS issues can be fixed with the software update, so it's not a huge deal. Another question came from Twitter asking about comfortability and range. This model I'm driving today has a similar range to my car, so I wouldn't have any fears driving it long distances. You can charge the Mach-E with Electrify America and EVgo along with other fast charging networks around the country. Though I would check out a mock route with the Mach-E for a destination you would like to travel to see and which charges it recommends to stop at. As for comfortability, I think it's nice for your daily drives. Oh, hey! Our next question is from Instagram asking about space and camping in it. Well, I've been in here for a couple of hours now, and it seems pretty roomy. There isn't really a camp mode, but as an EV you can use your heater or AC without the worry of intoxicating yourself with the fumes. And if it's any help, it has a ground clearance of around 5.7 inches distance to the ground, so not much. More of a luxury drive, not something you could off-road to your campsite. Final two also from Instagram asking about accessories and applicability and the Mach-E's driving safety features. In terms of accessories, Ford currently has a few, but I wish they had more functional accessories like additional charging adapters. For safety features, I tested out the adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. They both did a great job, and the car also has a blind spot warning system and cross-traffic detection. I kinda like the infrared system even though you're supposed to have your hands on the wheel at all times. I also think this system would be a little more difficult to trick, so people wouldn't tape an orange or something to the steering wheel like in Tesla's autopilot. As always, thank you for your questions and comments. The Ford Mach-E provides a lot of high-tech features and good range options. It has ample space, which is perfect for families and road trips. I think the car looks cool, and the all-wheel drive extended range creates a quick and fun drive. I know a lot may like or dislike that this vehicle is named a Mustang, but aside from the name, this car checks a lot of boxes for a good EV. I think it would be worth it for a test drive. If you're interested in purchasing a Mustang Mach-E, there are still federal tax credits available for up to $7,500. Also, depending on your city, state, or electrical utility company, you may have additional incentives when you buy an electric car. What do you all think of the Ford Mustang Mach-E? Any owners out there? How do you like it? Thanks for spending time with me today again. Make sure to subscribe for more EV content and follow me on social media at CallasEV and Callas Tesla. Kai is my dog. And check out my website at callasEV.com. That's all for now, and happy charging!